So it's pretty common that you might want to recall a look or a portion of a look at a moment's notice. Not like part of your cue stack or part of the performance itself, just like all of a sudden. For example, this could mean bringing up house lights during rehearsal or having various stage light looks for like an impromptu event. This is an ideal job for submasters and for faders. Let's craft an example together, perhaps like a front of stage look for a speaker or for announcements. Okay, so let's utilize just the front, top, and front cross lights. This will allow the front curtain to be closed, but all the lights to still be accessible rather than the lights behind that are blocked by the curtain. This would be perfect for a quick presentation or like an unplanned announcement. So follow these commands with me. Okay. We're going to take channel 2 at 50. So a light just kind of right there in the center. We're going to take 12 through 14 at full. So down lights going straight down. And we're going to take 32 and 42 at 65. Okay. Well, it's not the prettiest look in the world, but it certainly serves its function. Now, let's record this into a submaster, which is accomplished just like a cue. So we're going to hit record, sub, which is the letter S on your keyboard, 1, enter. Are we sure? Absolutely. Okay. I'm going to go a step further and to give it a label. So I'm going to say sub 1, and I'm going to press the letter L for label. And this will pop up a keyboard, a virtual keyboard for like touch panels, but we have a keyboard in front of us because I'm on a laptop. And it's going to allow you to give a name, and you can see that I've already created this one. And I could backspace and redo it. We're going to type front of stage. Once you've provided the name, you can just press enter. By the way, a quick side note, if you're doing a lot of these, you can include the label command as part of the record command. So you could press record, sub, I'm going to do 11 this time, label, I'm going to call this other one, and press enter. Pretty slick, huh? You'll notice that recording the submaster left your channels as red. Why? Well, they're still captured. If you press sneak enter, they'll fade away. This is because the submaster isn't actually in use. It's not actually live. But we can access a submaster just like a channel by pressing sub at, I'm going to say 50 or half, 1 at 50, and press enter. First, you'll notice that the colors of these channels are a little bit different. A new color. These are yellow, meaning the intensity of the channel is currently being controlled by a submaster. Second, you'll also notice that the intensities aren't what we originally set. They're at like half. This is because submasters can be set proportionally. Full means the full look. 50% would be half, 0 would be out, so on and so forth. For this reason, I would tell you it's wise to create submasters using the maximum values you intend to use. You can always pull it back. To take a submaster out, that's pretty simple. Just type sub 1 or whatever number out, enter. That easy. The sub will gradually fade out and release control. This is wonderful, but if you're rushing into the booth to turn on house lights because you accidentally sent everyone on stage into a blackout, oh no, you don't want to have to like type in all these commands. This is where faders come in. Most tactile ETC boards will have a series of faders or sliders available to you. You can even add extra faders to your board or to your computer if you want. Look at this. Here are some handy dandy fader wings that you can plug into a computer or add to an existing full-on board. On your computer, however, you can access virtual faders to replicate that kind of functionality. And you can access this tab by adding a new tab to any panel and selecting faders. So here we go. New tab, press faders. Now you'll see 10 faders here and buttons that give you up to 99 pages of faders, meaning you could have like 990 faders. Holy cow. You'll see that I've already added a fader for my house lights. Grabbing the fader handle right here and dragging it up and down will turn up or down the lights proportionally, not that this fader is connected to anything. To assign a submaster to a fader, you would start by typing sub1, so the number that you want, and then pressing the load button, which is right up here above the fader itself. So I'm going to do that and load it into fader 10. There we go. Now you'll see that the fader has adopted the label that I've given the submaster, and raising the fader up or down will bring the lights up or down on the stage, which is pretty neat. Sometimes you don't want to have a fader sometimes you don't want to have a fader assigned to a submaster any longer. To unassign a fader, you simply hold down Shift. So I'm going to take that down, hold down Shift, and press the load button. So here, we just unloaded the fader. So there we go. It's no longer in use, which was pretty easy, wouldn't you say? A quick note. Submasters work in what's called highest takes precedence mode, or HTP. This means that if two submasters are controlling the same channel, whichever submaster or queue has the higher value, that's going to take over. This is pretty handy. So, for example, you could have a submaster with lights that are on dim, so like safety, egress, aisle lights. But an intermission queue could take over that submaster by bringing the house all the way to full. Wow, good golly. It's like they thought of everything.